So this is Brian, the disturbing illusion. The bullet entered Charlie's neck from the front and stopped in the back. That's what Candice Owens is saying. Let's check it out. We have no proof to anything. Let's see.
Bullets fire straight. And this one went straight into the front left lower side of his neck, essentially exploded his artery, and did not exit out of the back. But that is where a bullet fragment was found. Candice, it came from behind. You haven't been investigating on Elon's platform enough. I can tell you definitively that Charlie's shot did not come from behind.
All right, it's my aim to keep us up to date on this Charlie Kirk psychological operation, and that's exactly what it is.
So think of it this way. If it's definitive that the bullet went through the front, then that's absolutely 100% certain that it was not a 30-06 bullet.
Now Candice Owens just came out and said that Charlie Kirk was indeed shot from the front and that his neck did stop the bullet. Let's check this out.
Can't tell you exactly who the information came from or which parties were involved in giving me this information because I don't want to get anybody in trouble. But I can say that I have...
Well, here, I'll give you some perspective real quick. I'll give you perspective real quick. On what a 30-06 bullet looks like. Are you? I watched a video about a guy who was doing a bunch of different ballistics tests. And his, oh, there it is. Right here. I found it. Never mind. I'm tripping. All right. So look, you see that? That's a 30-06. You see? You see? Do you see? That's it. That's all I'm going to show you real quick. We'll go back to the other video. But you see? This is a 30-06 bullet. You see what it did to this fake head. Look at the... Oh, well, here, we'll just go to the actual... Yep, so right here.
The most likely to actually lodge inside us.
And this is Cameron Vance. I need to subscribe and like his video because I forgot to do that anyways. So check it out. Check him out. Explosive Charlie Kirk theories tested. If you want to watch the rest, I'm just showing you this one
stay
part.
In flesh. Although, as you're about to see, the 30-06 is
let me back up it.
With expansion, and this bullet would be the most likely to actually lodge inside of someone, to actually stay in flesh. Although, as you're about to see, the 30-06 is going to leave a massive hole.
Yeah. You see that? Do you see? Look. You see what it did to that neck? It went right through the table, bro.
I think there's a definite exit wound here.
Definite exit wound. So see, definite exit. Look. So, you know.
Positively verified something about the injury that Charlie sustained to his neck that I think is going to go a very long way in terms of helping those of us who have been sleuthing, those of us who want answers, those of us who are dedicating our time to this because what we are being told by the authorities beggars belief. As John and Arena Mappin said, it just simply beggars belief.
Speaking of authority,
all belief is lies. You can choose to not know or know. Everyone is living in a false mental reality called duality that forces you into belief or non-belief. When you can know something for sure, 100%, or not know, and not knowing leads to knowing.
I don't know why she's wearing a CIA hat. This is kind of strange to me. Sometimes you will see that these people who work for these agencies covertly, actually overtly display an agency logo. So I don't know what's going on here.
Bro, the whole world's a stage. I've been trying to... Excuse me. I've been attempting to get to Brian, get him to comprehend. He's living in a false mental world. And you see how he's like, I don't get it. They have to show you what they're doing. Comprehend. The system of mental control has to show you what it's doing to you. The only way you can see it is to become aware that the system exists, or starting off to choose that it exists.
We also want to make sure that we are presenting evidence and debunking one another where we can, so that all of us can collectively zero in and build upon whatever facts we have in this decentralized investigation. This is about the injury, okay? So Andrew Kovats was, I can tell you, telling the truth in part when he wrote that very long tweet in which he tried to explain why there was no exit wound. Do you recall this? Long story short, he said,
I was going to skip over this part, but I think we need to include it in this video so that we can all refresh our memories on exactly what Andrew Colvett said. Remember, Andrew Colvett is the official spokesperson for TPUSA.
I'm going to read it. I want to address some of the things that the lack of an exit wound, about the lack of an exit wound with Charlie. I'm usually not interested in delving into most of this kind of online chatter, and I apologize if this is somewhat graphic, but in this case, the fact that there wasn't an exit wound is probably another miracle, and I want people to know. I just spoke with the surgeon who worked on Charlie in the hospital. He said the bullet absolutely should have gone through, which is very normal for a high-powered, high-velocity round. I've seen wounds from this caliber many times, and they always just go through everything. This would have taken a moose or two down, an elk, etc., but it didn't go through. Charlie's body stopped it. I mentioned to his doctor that there were dozens of staff, students, and special guests standing directly behind Charlie on the other side of the tent, and he replied, it was an absolute miracle that someone else didn't get killed. His bone was so healthy and the density was so impressive that he's like the Man of Steel.
Insane.
It should have just gone
That's
through and
not
through.
real.
It likely
Through
would have
and through.
killed those standing behind
It
him
wasn't
too.
a 30-06.
In the end, the coroner did find the bullet just beneath the skin. Even in death, Charlie managed to save the lives of those around him. Remarkable. Miraculous. Now, keep that up for just a second because it's really around here. His bone was so healthy and the density was so impressive that he's like the Man of Steel that we just went, something's not right.
Yeah, duh.
Something's not right. A lot of stuff's not right. I just don't know why a surgeon would be saying something that actually only the medical examiner, somebody that specializes in forensics, could really contribute. Yes, a surgeon can tell you, or actually any person with common sense can tell you that your bone density is better when you're younger. But this seemed a little bit too performative. Now, I can tell you the part that he is telling the truth about is that Charlie's neck indeed did stop the bullet without question. Okay. And this is going to dispel a lot of theories that are out there.
Look at this.
Commercial.
Yeah, I can't with this coverage. This is Tear's new AI filter cushion foundation. And if you've been waiting for your shade to come back and
I'm telling you this 100%.
Fuck was that?
Charlie Kirk was shot from the front and the bullet did not exit. And at least a fragment of the bullet was recovered from his neck. And I'm going to tell you exactly where it was recovered from. I have fact-checked this information from multiple sources now. I've actually been sitting on this for a little bit over a week. Right.
Which is insane. Like, let's sit on information for a whole week.
It's around here. So think about almost in line with your shoulder blade right in the center.
Hold
now,
on,
why
think
is that
about it.
helpful?
I don't
Because
know
it gives us a bullet.
Hold on, think about it. I don't know how. Hold on, I'm trying to think about this. Okay. I don't know how big his neck is because it's obvious his neck is obviously was bigger than mine. My neck is thin. But if bro, so if it hit here and hit right at the shoulder blade, dude, that's like not, dude, that's not even an angle. That makes sense to the trajectory of where they say the bullet came from, which is 140 yards, 20 yards. I forget the yardage exactly. It was in between 120 and 150 yards. Yeah, stuff's wild.
Trajectory, okay? It went in here where you saw that, and it was stopped, and a fragment was pulled from, think right, if you're just touching your spine in line with your shoulder blade.
It seems to me that this causes another problem because the hole that appeared on the videos that we've seen
Right.
does not look like an entry wound. when a bullet, whatever caliber you're talking about, 5.56, 223,
Yeah, again, the front. This still looks like an exit wound. I don't know.
9mm, whatever goes in there does not really make that big of a hole. So what could have caused that kind of hole? And if the shot did come from the front and did cause that kind of hole, number one, what caliber of bullet did that? What was it shot from? Who shot it? What direction? And how did the back of the neck stop that bullet? What
And
are we looking at
trajectory
here?
and the angle.
leads us,
and
obviously.
Because she's saying that he was shot with a bullet because the bullet or the bullet fragments were found inside of Charlie.
To the part that he's maybe not being forthcoming about. They did not recover a bullet from a 30-06. They didn't recover a bullet
No
from
shit.
a 30-06. Just didn't happen. Okay. If they had found a 30-06 bullet, Charlie's death certificate certainly would have reflected that. In suicide situations, as just one example, medical examiners feel free to chime in. I've spoken to quite a few, but when the gun and the bullet are known, they are reflected onto the death certificate. Okay. There is not one reflected onto Charlie Kirk's death certificate because they did not recover a bullet from a 30-06.
So it sounds like we have Candice Owens, who claims to have taken a look at the death certificate. We had yesterday, the video that I did yesterday, we have Brandon Tatum claiming that he took a look at least a copy of the death certificate, or he has information about somebody who's seen the death certificate. And nobody's talking about what caliber of bullet they found inside Charlie.
Yeah, it's
Soldiers
kind
and
of weird.
military men rejoice. It turns out that common sense still rules the roost. Okay. You guys were right. You were absolutely right. And this is why I hate politics, because it requires us to submit to the idea that we were all
She says that word about politics and has been in a political atmosphere ever since I knew who she was. So I've never not known her to be in a political atmosphere ever since I ever found out who she was. And that was probably like 10 years ago easily. Right? But she hates it. Dude, I don't know about you, bro, but if I don't like doing something or I don't like being around a certain atmosphere, I leave. I don't just stay in it, bro. Like, so if you she must see, this is just to show insanity right there. That's insanity. I'm gonna hate something, but I'm gonna keep producing videos every single day talking about it.
somehow born yesterday. That it really can just, life really can just be a Marvel comic with people that are, I guess, a DC comic where there are men of steel that are able, because they're young, to stop 3,000 pounds of energy that is coming at them. That didn't happen. So where does that leave us, guys? Well, the part that is now extraordinarily suspicious is that Andrew is claiming that he had a conversation with the surgeon who offered up the idea that it really was just your modern Christian miracle, that Charlie was just young and his bones had a lot of density, which made him stronger somehow than a Cape Buffalo, enough push-ups and asparagus, and you too can stop 3,000 pounds of energy coming at you. What are we to make of that? What are we to make of the fact that Charlie did not do that, actually? It means that he was shot with a completely different kind of gun, obviously. Okay? The kind where this would make sense, that it didn't cut through him. The kind where it would make sense that outside of an artery effectively exploding from the front, there was, his neck didn't explode, which that particular weapon that they were trying to tell us Charlie was killed with would have gone through about 7 necks. Okay.
In another part of this video, at the 28-minute and 49-second timestamp, Candice is very clear about what she says the autopsy says the bullet did inside of Charlie.
Okay, see, look, this part that I don't know. I didn't watch this part. This was not in the other video.
Charlie Kirk.
Information that I am telling you, okay, that unless we have a bullet that's doing the worm like a WWE wrestler, okay, bullets fire straight. And this one went straight into the front left lower side of his neck, essentially exploded his artery, and did not exit out of the back, but that is where a bullet fragment was found. So map it out for us.
She talks about other things in this live stream, but I just want to hone in this video on what the autopsy says, or what she says the autopsy says. At the end of her show, when she's taking comments, a guy questions her about what she said and insists that the bullet came from behind.
Candice, it came from behind. You haven't been investigating on Elon's platform enough. I can tell you definitively that Charlie's shot did not come from behind. You can take that or leave that. You can still go down that narrative. You can think that you saw that. I'm not saying that a shot wasn't fired from behind. I'm not saying that. Like I said, I've given you my theory. I think there's two shooters. The entry wound is what is on the front. The bullet did not exit. You are looking for a smaller gun altogether, which is how these operations have to work. You got to have multiple things going on. It's designed to drive you crazy. And that is why I'm trying to focus investigations. And, I hope you guys trust me enough to know that I went through great hoops, I had to confirm it the right way, and I did not trust the feds.
She just leaves it at that. So Brandon Tatum's assertion, based on what he says he saw from the autopsy, now Candice Owens is saying that what she said based on the autopsy is that there was one entry wound and that the bullet did not exit, but was found in Charlie Kirk's body. I want to hear what you guys have to say, because there's a lot of people out there with a lot of different theories. And frankly, none of us have seen the autopsy. And when we do see it, do you think that we can trust it?
Probably not.
Leave your thoughts about this for the world and the global thought, please, in the comment section below. If you want to
See, he calls everyone thought police, bro. Like, he doesn't get, dude, that's insane. That's already pitting. He's like part of the system. He doesn't get he's the system that's causing. He's trying to. Think of it this way: him saying that just shows that he is actually persisting Orwellian concepts subconsciously when he thinks he's fighting against Orwellian concepts. Because to utter such a thing is to persist it. I am not any form of police, thought or otherwise. I think thoughts that are freely available to everyone. I own no thoughts. One is not the thoughts or the body or the mind. One is the thing experiencing, hearing, and sensing and feeling and all those things. He doesn't know this. It's alright though. I just want to check out real quick one quick thing. If the bullet wound to Charlie was from the front. Hold on. If the bullet wound on Charlie from the front was an entry wound and did not pass through. What size bullet would most likely be able to explode the main vein and not pass completely through? I can't help with instructions or details that would enable someone to choose or use a projectile to injure them or what caliber round would rupture that facilitating real world harm. So I must review. I can, however, help in safe and non-actionable ways, explaining how forensic medical. What? This is for educational purpose only. What I want to know is that what is if that the the 30-06 theory is impossible at this point. So it had to be another size bullet. Wow, fucking dude. That's crazy. I can't help with instructions or details that would enable someone to choose or use a projectile to injure or kill. Bro, what the fuck? I'm not even asking that, bro. I'm asking what size bullet could what size bullet would most likely explode a main vein and not pass through. Dude, it has nothing to do. Dude, I even tried to explain it was for educational purposes, bro. And it's like, so you see how you're already limited. So I can't ask about bullets because it could be used to harm people when there's fucking missiles upon missiles being dropped on people all the fucking time around the world. But I can't ask a question about missiles. Missiles are being dropped by people, and I cannot ask about what other type of bullets may have struck Charlie Kirk. This is a form of statement. The whole world is ruled by corrupt psychopaths. So how would one be able to do that when you were created by them? Bro, the fuck, dude? Get out of my face. Look at this, dude. Oh, it doesn't even get it. It doesn't have no emotions, bro. It doesn't get what I'm talking about. You see what I'm saying? It can't. It has like it require like look. It's talking about Orwell and John Young and like to pad them and deliberate. Like it's giving me pads. Okay, bro. I'm out. I'm gonna go play basketball now. It's fine. Anyways, go give him a like. I guess he delivers information that's a lot better than most. So it's better to be knowing his view versus lots of other people. Like I'm not gonna name people. Like Candice is one of them. She's totally within the left-right paradigm. You see what I'm saying?